Greetings. This is going to be an illumination reading. First and foremost, Holy Spirit, casting away all dark energies sent to harm or disturb me, my loved ones, and you. So, I'm just going to use one deck for this reading. Mainly because this is my favorite deck to use illumination readings for. But Holy Spirit, what is happening right now in the collective energy? Yeah, so right now you are completely focused on your fulfillment. You're focused on your blessings. You're focused on what's coming into you. You're able to smile more. You know, the world is just seeming a little bit brighter, which is a very big feat because, you know, with so much craziness going on in the world, and you're like learning how to not sweat the small stuff, you know? That's really good. What else is happening right now? Yeah, and it's like you're putting so much work into healing. You know, you're focused on your healing, and then it has to do with endings, and it has to do with new beginnings. And it's like you're learning not to be so attached to the past, but also not too attached to the future. Like you're not being so focused on like the outcome of situations. You know, you're focused on healing yourself and how you're responding to different things. So that's really good because you're really stopping to weigh your options before you make decisions, even when it comes to putting your energy forth into a situation. You know, that's really good. How can they move with ease and grace, Holy Spirit? All right, so in order for you to move with ease and grace, it's like when you're faced with emotional challenges, you are being called to set boundaries, okay? Definitely let individuals know, hey, you can't talk to me like this. You can't act like this around me. If you don't like something, definitely speak your piece. That is also helping to open up your throat chakra, okay? How else can I move with ease and grace, Holy Spirit? Yeah. And it's like another way for you to move with ease and grace, because it's like a karmic energy. Like the death card fell on the side, and then this card, the Ten of Swords, that fell on the side. So you definitely have made a necessary ending. Like you have completely pulled your energy back, and you know it's causing someone to feel like they're not feeling emotionally stable at this time, but you definitely have a lot of clarity, okay? And since the moon card came out, definitely take your time, like before you go to bed, to reflect on everything that you are grateful for. Okay, reflect on what you want the next day to look like, what you want the next day to feel like. Like definitely do that with this moon energy, okay? And that is going to provide you with a lot of clarity as well. Holy Spirit, what are they learning from this cycle? Yeah, you're learning how strong you are. You're learning how courageous you are. You're learning how brave you are. And you're also learning it's like somebody, like you're learning that somebody that is around you or somebody that, you know, you recently cut off, it's not giving a romantic. It could be like a cousin or a friend or something, you know. I'm not getting an individual that you are super close with, but you guys do have some type of interaction. So it could be a coworker or something like that, or even social media, like, you know, where you, I don't know, whoever it is, okay? Either way, you are realizing this individual does certain things and it's done out of insecurities, and somebody's just very emotionally immature. Yeah, so like this might be something new for you, but definitely ponder on different ways to respond to this conflict, okay? Because you are definitely able to set healthy boundaries, but it seems as though you're not really speaking up as much, and it might have to do with finances. So this definitely could be a coworker or somebody, which does kind of make it sticky, you know? But, you know, you are an individual that practices forgiveness, and you're able to gracefully move on from this conflict. But it seems as though you're kind of worried, or you may be kind of thinking about like, I don't know how to do this. You know, you're still processing your feelings, but this is something that needs to be addressed. Definitely when you're taking your time to like reflect, definitely ask the Most High to like give you signs and, you know, show you in the dream state on how you can move forward with this situation with grace, you know, so you don't have to deal with like backlash or like any type of weird behavior like coming you know, up from it, okay? What's currently leaving, Holy Spirit? All right, so what's currently leaving is you constantly having to feel like you have to achieve balance when it comes to your strength, okay? And it's mainly because your intuition is guiding you away from these toxic type of energies. So it's like somebody's definitely trying to like hit back, but it's like they're doing it by lying. Right? This individual can't be trusted, and it's currently leaving of you having to constantly deal with that, okay? Because you're hopeful to get away from this individual. You know, you're hopeful for them to just go the hell away, and there's gonna be pure action that is gonna happen. Matter of fact, clarify this 9 of Wands, Holy Spirit. Yeah, like there's gonna be some type of action that happens, or you're gonna practice some type of self-control, and it's like it's gonna lead you to a good time, and then this good time is gonna lead you to your legacy. So definitely keep the patience, you know, because your desires are definitely becoming a reality. And honestly, what I'm seeing is somebody is about to get caught up in some type of lie that they told. It has nothing to do with you, but it seems as though like this individual is trying to cause problems with you, and they have some shit that they did before. They're just focused on, you know, messing with you. They don't realize that something, you know, karma is spinning back for something that they did in the past, okay? So it's definitely gonna be, you know, your desires are becoming a reality pretty much. All right, so it's leaving with you having to deal with that bullshit. That's what's coming up. What's on its way in, Holy Spirit? Yeah, what's on its way in is you being in the spotlight, and it's because of the hard work that you're doing, okay? So if this is a work situation, definitely look forward to having some type of like promotion or something like that. You've been looking forward to hearing some news about a job, news about school, news about something you've been working really hard for. You will be in the spotlight when it comes to receiving something. It's gonna be like deserved success. So yeah, your hard work is definitely not going in vain, because all this work you're doing is leading to your fresh start, okay? But a big part of this fresh start for you is you standing on your ground, standing in your power, defending yourself, okay? You can defend yourself with grace, okay? You don't always have to crash out or, you know, do the most or whatever. Move with the grace, okay? And as you continue to follow your instincts, it's going to get easier and easier for you to stand your ground. And someone definitely has their spirit team definitely working on their behalf. You have a lot of protection, okay? So somebody is certain that you are their twin flame. Confirmation. Somebody is certain that you're their twin flame soulmate, okay? Somebody is certain that, you know, you guys definitely have an alignment of values. Somebody definitely sees a successful future with you, and that's really good. Clarify this 2 of Cups. Yeah, like this is that individual that's fucking with you. I don't know if this person is messing with you energetically, or if this is something that is happening in your waking life, but they're feeling stagnant, and that is why, like, this individual in their life, like, it's giving this individual is of the same sex as you, but it's like they're coming up as being very arrogant, and they feel like, you know, if they keep poking somebody, like, they're just gonna retreat. This individual honestly seems like an energy vampire. Yeah, and it's like they're being consistent with trying to make you feel excluded, but what they're doing is actually not working. But they're gonna see real soon. Like, there's gonna be some type of confirmation where it's gonna be like out there. Yeah, like something's gonna happen. And it's going to be a cause and effect. Like, somebody's truth is definitely going to be revealed, and they were trying to keep it a secret or something. Like, it's definitely a cause and effect. And they won't be expecting it at all. Like, some type of situation is about to blow up. I can't lie. And it's messy as hell. And you just going to be sitting on the side like, damn. So somebody's definitely getting a big ass dose of karma, and it seems as though they deserve that shit. Yeah, it's like they're very spontaneous with what they're doing, and it's like they're trying to absorb your energy. You feel me? This person just does whatever they want to do. They don't think about any of the consequences. And for you, it's like you are spontaneous, yes, but you are an individual that stands in your personal power. Like, you don't do anything for clout. You don't do anything for attention or for instant validation. This individual is like the complete opposite opposite of you, okay? And, you know, on a surface level, you guys might seem similar, but look at this. One is Page of Wands and one is the Magician. So, you know, just continue to stand in your personal power. You know, be confident within yourself, because there's nothing wrong with you being confident. All right? And this individual is definitely about to fuck around and find out. They are. And it's because they're unable to let go of, like, these karmic habits that they have. Meanwhile, like, you don't have any mental blocks. It's like someone was trying to manifest mental blocks for you, but you have been healing. So, you know, you have your horizons expanded for you, where you have a lot of good things coming your way. And you're also going to be receiving a lot of feedback regarding some type of situation. You will be celebrating something soon. Yeah, because you have no more illusions. And it's like, it's this one individual trying to infiltrate your energy, but they can't, you know, and they secretly want to work with you. Like, somebody secretly wants to work with you. It's giving like frenemy. It's giving a bitch is secretly in love with you, but she knows that you don't go that way, or you wouldn't be interested in them. So now they're gonna hate you. It's weird. Somebody's weird as fuck. Yeah, and it's because of your confidence. Yeah, and it's like, the more that they see you rise in your power, the more that they see you glow, be confident, like, they just feel like they have a lot of delays, because they're like comparing themselves to you, and they just need to focus on themselves, but they're not. So they're gonna continue to like feel like shit. King of Wands came out in reverse. So somebody definitely feels like, you know, they're bigger than the fucking program, but they're about to learn real quick. Yeah, and it's because you heavily follow your intuition first and foremost. So continue to keep doing that. And then also make sure you are at peace with the decisions that you're making, okay? Because there's some situation that from the past, and it really affected you, and you've kind of been moving forward from it, but you've kind of been not. You know, it's kind of like in and out, in and out. Okay, this is your message to make the clear decision to separate yourself from a certain situation, okay? Because, you know, if it's something where you keep going back and forth, like even with this frenemy situation, like somebody offends you, then you forgive them, then they do some shit, then you forgive them. Just cut it off. All right, because this individual has showed you plenty of times they can't be trusted. This individual has showed you that they're jealous. They've showed you that they're envious. They've showed you so many different things. You know, and you've had to ignore your intuition every time that you chose to allow this person back into your energy just to try to cross you again. Yeah, with this Lovers card, like, it definitely could be a Gemini, or it could just be this union, this bond. And it's like, it's not really a bond. It's very one-sided. Yeah, and it's like you're currently seeking your true happiness at this time, but this individual is trying to block that. Okay, that is why, like, you kind of need to just cut them off and stick to the decision, because energetically you have pulled back, and that is why they are lashing out. Okay, that is why they definitely feel some type of way. All right, somebody feels betrayed because you're not taking their bullshit anymore. You're standing on these healthy boundaries. Okay, and if this is not a feeling you're feeling now, if this is resonating, this is definitely your future energy, as to where you're cutting it off and you're maintaining these healthy boundaries, and this person is just mad. Boo. Holy Spirit, what's their medicine? Yeah, your medicine is karma. You know, this is a karmic cycle. Things were fated to happen the way, you know, that they are happening, or that they did happen, or that they will happen. Okay, you are definitely on the right side of karma, but your main theme of this message right here is to set these healthy boundaries and maintain these healthy boundaries. Okay, individuals that are meant to be in your life, it's not going to be a fight for them to be there. Okay, you're not always going to constantly have to defend your character, defend your actions. Like, it shouldn't be like that. Okay, there should be a shared understanding. Okay, yeah, like, you should be around individuals that are living in their truth. Okay, they are proud to be in their truth, and then also not being afraid to tell the truth. Okay, so, you know, that's something that, you know, will help you a lot, especially when, like, if you do have fears towards, you know, having conflicts. If you're setting these boundaries and you're fearful that somebody's gonna try to have conflicts with you or anything of that nature, like, you know, pray about it. All right, because if you are having fear if there's some fears behind conflict with somebody, okay, and it's because they're not living in the truth, and you feel as though your safety is going to be at risk, definitely call the non-emergency line, because they have that in every state. You can just Google it. Call the non-emergency line and explain the situation that you're going through, and I promise you, you will get advice, okay? Even when you call the non-emergency line, that doesn't mean that there's going to be a patrol car that's going to show up at your house like you calling 911. You're literally just calling to get guidance on a situation, okay? And if it is escalating further, I do recommend that you do that, okay? And that'll definitely help you. And even, you know, another thing you can do is, you know, even if you're not having like issues with suicide or anything like that, you can call those hotlines and they can give you advice as well, okay? But there's definitely a lot of ways that you can go about receiving help for this situation. If you're not comfortable going to anybody outside, definitely go to the Most High, and the Most High will definitely lead you through, okay? Because you are in a very abundant type of energy, and you deserve to enjoy your journey. You deserve this rebirth, you know? But now you have to put it into action, okay? Standing in your divine power, okay? Being confident within yourself, because that is what's going to lead to opportunities for you, all right? Completely standing in your power so you're able to enjoy your life, okay? And then you stepping away from these individuals is going to lead for God to actually put the wrath of judgment down on their ass, because it's like they're not going through judgment because you're still in their vicinity, okay? So you definitely got some stuff to think about. You're definitely moving on the right path. You just got to stand in your power, okay? Just realize that you are a divine being, and you are divinely guided and protected, and everything is going to happen in divine timing, okay? So you shouldn't be fearful, okay? Try not to be so anxious about the situation, but you got this, all right? If this resonated, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Continue to live in love and light. Bye.